Good day everybody, so this is the affective study entitled The Development of Instrument to Assess Students' Affective Domain Based on Scientific Approach in English as Foreign Language or EFL Classroom. For the acknowledgement, the authors wish to thank Professor Safnil Arsiad, MA PhD, Dr. Sifirdaus Adnan, and Professor Bambang Kaswante Porwo. This work was supported in part by a grant from the research of boosting the publication of Indonesian research articles in the international journals using a genre-based approach and mentoring program.
So there are 5 authors and 4 of them came from the Department of Language and Arts Education at University of Bengkulu, Indonesia. So the other one came from the Faculty of Language and Arts, Padang State University, West Sumatra, Indonesia.
Name of the research journal, Humanities and Social Sciences Reviews. Article History, received on 14th June 2020, revised on 12th of August 2020, and published on 27th of August 2020. And we are now here in introduction part. Human being has 3 characteristics, the cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. The 3 abilities possessed by humans must be developed by the teacher to produce graduates who are creative, think critically, collaboratively, and can work together. Every single characteristic will be a different one from another due to the input that was given by someone. In other words, it can be said that a better input will give a better output. It means that a teacher is not only has a responsibility to transfer the knowledge, but also has a responsibility to educate the affective of the students.
That is why assessing the output of learning, knowledge, affective, and skills are very needed to be done by the teachers. Assessment is a step to collect the information to decide whether the students can reach the learning objective or not. Assessment is the way to collect the data of students in learning. It is a longitudinal process. To reach that purpose, the teachers can see the way the students give a response in their class.
So what is the purpose of this study? The purpose of this research was to explain the results of the development of instruments to assess the students' affective based on scientific approaches in the EFL class. For the objectives of the study were to find out and prove the validity, reliability, practicality, and effectiveness of the instruments for affective assessment based on the scientific approach in the English as Foreign Language or EFL classroom. For the research problem, how are the validity, reliability, practicality, and effectivity of the product instrument that can be used to measure or assess the students' affective based on the scientific approach in EFL classroom? For the limitation and study forward, the development of instruments for affective assessment was limited to the study of validity, reliability, practicality, and effectivity. It is needed to study the implementation of using this instrument to assess the students' affective. So we're now here in methods or the methodology of the study. Research design. This research used the ADDIE method. ADDIE is believed to be a comprehensive method for developing a product. It has 5 phases: analyzing, designing, developing, implementing, and evaluating. The method of the research is clearly explained as follows. Respondents of the study. There were 5 experts as validators for this instrument. These experts have different fields such as experts in assessment, psychology, English language teaching, Indonesian language, and design of learning. These experts came from different universities in Indonesia. Then, there were 5 English teachers to become the informant of this research. They all were English teachers whose teaching at 7th grade students and use a scientific approach in their teaching. For the instruments, there were some instruments of the research used to gather the data such as experts' validation sheet and questionnaire. These instruments were used to find out the validity, reliability, practicality, and effectivity of the instrument to assess the students' affective based on the scientific approach. For the procedures, there were 5 procedures used in this research, as suggested by Branch in 2009 in the ADDIE model. The first stage is the analysis. In the analysis stage, it was needed to analyze the teacher's needs related to the instrument for the affective assessment that would be developed in this research. Design means that the content or form of the instrument for affective assessment which would be created. The third stage is the development. That is the way how the instrument for affective assessment can be said valid by taking some experts' judgment or the validators. The fourth stage is implementation. Its function was to know the reliability and practicality. Finally, the fifth stage is the evaluation. The importance of evaluation was to revise it. And we are now here in data analysis. The data were analyzed using a qualitative and quantitative approach. A qualitative approach is used to reduce the data, to display the data, and to verify the data. Then, for the quantitative data, there are some statistical analysis formulas used such as Alpach-Kronbach, the test of normality, Kolmogorov-Smirnov, the test of homogeneity level, the test of linearity, the test of correlational person, test of regression, and Wilkinson test. For the following measurement, tools were applied. So here's the table 1. Indicator of validation sheet for the instrument to assess the student's affective based on the scientific approach. So here's the table 2. And these are the results of the study. The development process is specified as follows. The affective instrument was based on spiritual and social competencies. The affective instrument was developed for 6 basic competencies of English language learning. The affective instrument was developed for each topic of basic competencies. The affective instrument was developed by considering affective aspects. The affective instrument was developed for all language skills. The affective instrument has a general description such as basic competence, type of learning, and identity of school, class, and English teachers. Content of the affective instrument was divided into 5 phases of scientific approach. Every affective aspect was spread in every phase of the scientific approach. The affective instrument was completed with the recapitulation sheet. The affective instrument has its rubric scoring within the score of 1 to 4. The affective instrument has syntax for using this model. The affective instrument was designed in good arrangement. The cover of the instrument product was designed in full color. The figure 1, the result of experts' validation to assess the student's affective based on the scientific approach. So here is the figure 2. Reliability of instrument to assess the student's affective based on scientific approach. Practicality of instrument to assess the student's affective based on scientific approach. For the discussion, the instrument can already be used as medium or an attempt by English teachers to assess the attitude of the EFL classroom. With these controls, students are expected to be consistent with the positive attitudes they have. The positive attitude was noted as the best progress during the learning process, while the negative attitude was needed to be solved by the English teachers. It is very useful to be done to enrich the whole aspects of meaningful human beings. For the conclusion, the primary purpose of this paper was to demonstrate the results of validity, reliability, practicality, and effectivity of product of affective instruments. This study has shown that there are positive results found from statistical analysis of validity, reliability, practicality, and effectivity for that instrument. These procedures remains essentially the same administration to another. The product of effective instrument is used as means of controlling the affective of learners in EFL classroom. Thus, the development of the product of affective instruments can be seen by English teachers continuously from time to time. So here are the references of the affective study. Once again, thank you for listening. Keep safe and God bless us all.